I was getting ready for a funeral. I had the radio on, and something came over the radio. I heard about a plane crashing into the World Trade Center. So I put on the television set, and I could see the flames and the devastation. And I said, this doesn't look like a little plane, because the first report was that it was a small plane.
Right.
So I immediately went downstairs, said the funeral. And while I was saying the funeral directors kept coming in and out of the church, something that they never do. And I said, something's wrong. And as I got to the back of the church, they told me that not only that the building was hit, but the second building was hit, and both had collapsed. And I said, I have to run. And when we got there, I said, what do you want me to do? And they said, go to the hospitals. So I made myself available, did blessings to the bodies, and then I went back to police headquarters, and there we set up a family center for people to come. There was no communication whatsoever.
Right.
The radios were out, the telephones were out, cell phones were out, regular cell phone, electricity was out.
Sure.
But got to the police plaza, and families started to come in and waiting for their loved ones to come in. It was a very, very, very difficult day that day, just right at the beginning, because people just didn't know where their loved ones were.
Right, they were hoping they were going to find them. I remember all the pictures up.
Yeah.
How did that day affect you physically and mentally?
It has been a part of my life for 20 years. I do suffer from post-traumatic stress, and it was because of the silence of the day. Believe it or not, with all the fire engines, all the police cars, sirens coming down there was very little sound because of all the particulate matter that was floating in there. Still to this day, when I go to bed at night, I have to have TV on. It goes off sometime in the middle of the night, but when I fall asleep, I just can't take that silence.
You need something in the background.
Yeah.
We talk about the death toll that day. Nearly 3,000 were killed, but so many more have died from 9/11 related illnesses since then. And so your job is not done. Talk about ministering to the victims and their families, and how their faith has helped them.
The original day, 23 members of the New York City Police Department were killed. We worked with their families very closely. Many of the police officers that were killed were friends of mine. I wear a band for a police officer and his brother, a firefighter. They were both killed that day. The two sons of this family, and they lost both their sons. The police officer had baptized his baby on September 1st. September 11th, we were looking for him. It's been tough, but things start to change in the police department. Families become closer to us. But unfortunately now what we're seeing is the remnants of 9/11 20 years later. And it's not going to end. People say it's over, it's part of history. People are dying every single day. In the police department, since 9/11, we've had over 200 people die from 9/11 disease. But we don't know about the people that worked in the building that day. We don't know about the iron workers who worked there for those months after 9/11. So 9/11 is alive and well, and it rears its ugly head constantly.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get updates to all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.